check. We missed too many open looks. What?
Do you think we'll take this one?
Kids, if you like to sing, you can go to Utah Valley and become just like Quentin. All right, fans, get your movie press rosters ready as we announce today's starting lineups first for the visiting BYU Cougars.
What is it about
Good morning and welcome inside the Lockhart Arena where the BYU Cougars visit the Utah Valley Wolverines in the UCCU Crosstown Clash. I'm Matthew Biamonte and welcome to another presentation of WAC Basketball on the WAC Digital Network. With a win today, the Wolverines would finish a 6-game homestand with a record of 5-1, which would be their best start since 2015. The Cougars are looking to bounce back from a 67-64 loss at SUU, in which they lost a 2-point lead with a couple turnovers and fouls late as it slipped away. Coach Judkins of the Cougars had this to say: "We missed too many open looks and we didn't defend like we should." Well, they'll have a stiff challenge today as the Wolverines are averaging 75 points per game, 10 more than their opponents. UVU is led by Jordan Holland, who is coming off a career-high 21 points in her last outing against Arizona Christian. Keep an eye out on the rebounding battle today. That was an area of weakness a year ago for BYU, and it's something they worked on a lot during the offseason. The Wolverines have the rebounding edge so far this season. They average nearly 41 rebounds a game. That's 3 more than the Cougars of Brigham Young. Boy, this is going to be a fun matchup. This place is packed. Something the Wolverines love to do here is they have these morning games throughout the season in which they pack the stands with local elementary schools. So it is a full house here in the Lockhart Arena. It's going to be a wild one. Let's get to the starting lineups. Let's start with the visiting Cougars of Brigham Young University. They're led by their head coach, Jeff Judkins. He's in his 18th season at the helm for the Cougars. Starting for the Cougars, number 1 at guard, Brenna Chase. Also starting at guard, number 2, a freshman, Shaylee Gonzalez. Coach Judkins said she's going to be a special player for the Cougars. We're going to keep an eye on her throughout this matchup. Also starting at guard, number 3, Shaylee Salmon. Starting at forward, number 12, Caitlin Allredge. And rounding out the starting lineups for the Cougars, number 13, Paisley Johnson. Now we'll get to the starting lineup for the Wolverines. They're led by Coach Kathy Nixon in her 24th season. Starting at guard for the Wolverines is number 3, Maria Carvalho. Starting at guard also for the Wolverines, number 22, Emma Jones. Starting at forward for the Wolverines, number 35, Jordan Holland, who I mentioned a moment ago, who's coming off her career high. Also starting at guard for the Wolverines, a freshman from Australia, Eve Braslis. And also starting at forward for the Wolverines, number 20, Alexis Cortez. She's normally the 6th man for the Wolverines, coming off the bench. A potent 3-point shooter. On the season, Cortez shooting 40% from 3. She has 10 3-point field goal makes. And we're about ready to go here in Orem, Utah. Cougars in blue, Wolverines in white. And the tip will go to the Cougars. It's going to be handled by Gonzalez. They go down in the corner. Baseline, a dangerous pass, but it finds its way to Gonzalez. Drives into the lane. The strip and the steal for the Wolverines with Cortez. Carvalho will push it ahead for the Wolverines. Down low to Holland, coming off a career game. Up and under move, and she draws the foul. That'll send Jordan Holland to the free throw line. The foul was on number 12, Caitlin Allredge, a senior from Centerville, Utah, coming out of Viewmont High School. Good start for the Wolverines with Holland going to the free throw line. On the season, Holland is a 76% free throw shooter, and she buries her first free throw. Wolverines strike first against BYU. Her matchup with Aldridge is going to be an interesting one this morning, as Holland is a tenacious rebounder, nearly averaging a double-double, about 8 rebounds a game for Holland. She misses the second free throw. Cross-court pass to Chase, back to Gonzalez, back to Chase. She'll take the three-pointer. It's short, and the rebound to Cortez. Except Cortez steps out of bounds on the rebound. It's an early turnover for the Wolverines, and now the Cougars will have possession, starting under the basket with Gonzalez to inbound. It's Chase now in the corner. They'll find Aldridge up top. Swinging it now over to Gonzalez. Leads the team in scoring is Gonzalez with 16 points a game. Back to Gonzalez on the wing. Wolverines in a zone. 3 down low, 2 up top. A mid-range J by BYU, and Aldridge is no good. Rebound Holland. Carvalho now handling the basketball for the Wolverines. Brazlis, so good for the Wolverines in her freshman season. The up and under doesn't go. Second on the team in scoring is Brazlis at 13.6 per game. Gonzalez pushing the pace for the Cougars, knifing down the middle. And Gonzalez gets on the board for BYU. Carvalho setting up the half-court offense for the Wolverines. It's Emma Jones now. Wolverines starting 3 freshmen. Brazlis is one of them as she drove in, and the ball goes off at Jordan Holland. There hasn't been a change to the Wolverines starting lineup. They normally go with another freshman in Josie Williams at that center position, opting to go small to start this game off with Cortez. Normally that offensive score off the bench for the Wolverines. Chase, a cross-court pass. Aldridge trying to go down low to Salmon. She's double-teamed, kicks it out. Gonzalez, a quick pass. Nice ball movement from the Cougars, but we have a turnover and a traveling violation on Paisley Johnson, the sophomore guard from Everett, Washington. We'll see the replay there. Definitely took steps before she put the ball on the floor, resulting in that turnover. Pressure from Chase on Carvalho. She'll dribble handoff to Emma Jones. A nice season for Jones so far, about 8 points per game for Emma Jones. A near turnover by Holland, but it's deflected out of bounds by BYU. A quick substitution for the Wolverines. We're going to see number 23, Madison Grange. Grange on the year, about 3 points per game. A capable three-point shooter. Holland down low off the inbounds. Up and under with the left hand. Jordan Holland, all 3 points for the Wolverines to start this one off. Looks like Coach Nixon and the Wolverines are going to make another substitution. This will be Josie Williams, the tallest player on the Wolverines. A 3-point shot is up and good for Paisley Johnson. First 3-point bucket of the game. Johnson is third on the team in scoring with about 13 points per game. Cortez over to Carvalho. Wants to go down low to Holland. Great defense there from Aldridge. Cortez top of the key. Now it's Brazlis. One dribble. Pass to Holland near the baseline. Backing down. Double team coming. Great pass to Grange. No good, and a rebound by Salmon. Aldridge now tries to go down low to Johnson. Quick pass to Gonzalez, and Gonzalez draws the foul on Jordan Holland. A sub for BYU, and it's a significant one. It's going to be Sarah Hampson, a sophomore center at 6'7", the tallest player for either team. She had a knee injury in the summer. She's a 2-sport athlete for the Cougars, also plays volleyball. She's going to get some action here against the Wolverines. She's been playing sparingly this season. About 11 minutes a game. She's played in 5 of the 7 games, averages 1.6 points per game, nearly 4 rebounds, as both free throws are made by Gonzalez of BYU. Here's a full court press by the Cougars. Carvalho trying to get out of it. Cortez in the corner. Back to Carvalho. They break down the press. They'll set up their offense. Brazlis now top of the key. Heavy defense from Gonzalez. Carvalho had a look. Dribbles into the lane. Tries to kick out to Cortez and does so. Couple dribbles. Cortez pulls the trigger and fires. A made three-pointer for Alexis Cortez. Wolverines cut the lead to 1 here in the first. Heavy pressure from the Wolverines. Down low to Hampson. One dribble, pinned under the basket. Finds Johnson. Her three-pointer is short. And the rebound is out of bounds off of BYU. Possession stays with the Wolverines. Some half-court pressure there from Brenna Chase on Maria Carvalho, a freshman from Lisbon, Portugal at 5'8". Carvalho on the year, averaging nearly 8 points a game and 4 assists. Been a very pleasant surprise for the Wolverines at that point guard position. She's filling big shoes as well. She's doing an admirable job. Misses the layup there. Rebound by Hampson. It was Mariah Seals as the player she replaced, a 4-year starter. Transition three is no good by BYU. The rebound turns into a turnover. Heavy pressure on Cortez. Can't she get out of it? She throws it off the legs of Hampson. Substitution for the Wolverines. 3 new players. It'll be Jordan Holland, Kiana De Los Santos, and Sophia Jacobson taking over the point guard duties for Nixon's Wolverines. Jacobson, 4 points per game. Score first point guard, more than capable, a very good mid-range shooter. Holland top of the key, trying to get some space, and hands it off to Jacobson. A couple dribbles, driving down the lane. And we have a blocking foul. That one will go against Paisley Johnson, the sophomore guard. Non-shooting foul with Jacobson set to inbound. As you see there, Hampson, hard to inbound over the 6'7" center for the Cougars. And it turns into a turnover. Gonzalez steps ahead. She's pushing the pace. And we're going to have a reaching foul on Sophia Jacobson as she tried to slow down that fast break. No, the foul is on Jordan Holland. It's her second personal foul. That is a big development with Eve Brasless set to check in, the freshman from Melbourne, Australia. Big foul on Jordan Holland. She'll have to go to the bench for the remainder of the first, maybe the first half. We'll have to see. Ball goes out of bounds off the Wolverines, and it will stay with BYU. We're going to have a timeout by Coach Judkins and the Cougars, and we'll take our first break here on the WAC Digital Network. Stick around. We'll be back with more.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests. From innovative exercise science, outdoor recreation, to STEM programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Label me.
You know you want to.
Don't be shy.
You do it behind my back.
So say it to my face.
You don't know me. You know what I am?
I'm a pitcher.
I'm a striker.
I'm a point guard.
I'm a linebacker.
I'm a setter.
Shortstop.
High jumper.
Wrestler.
Defender.
Goalie.
Student.
Student athletes.
That's who we are.
Cougars lead it early here in Orem, Utah, 7-6. They are without a field goal in their last 2 minutes and 37 seconds. The big development here early in the first quarter is the second personal foul on Jordan Holland, as she'll have to sit the remainder of the first quarter. She leads the Wolverines in scoring with nearly 14 points a game, along with 7 rebounds. Big miss for Holland. Almost a turnover, but a rebound by Gonzalez. A quick flip up and no good. Josie Williams on the rebound. Heavy pressure from BYU, really forcing the Wolverines to work hard to get it across the half-court line. Jacobson now calling the play. Brassless has it. Leads the Wolverines in field goal percentage at 63% is Eve Brassless. And a turnover. A steal by Brenna Chase, the junior guard from Thornton, Colorado. Chase has it now, swings it over to Johnson. One dribble in, a pull-up mid-range. Jay is no good. Rebound by Hampson, and Hampson at 6'7" goes back up and gets her first bucket of the game. Heavy pressure on Jacobson in the half court. Now it's Brassless. Williams, a long 2 is good. Josie Williams. 5 points a game for Josie Williams, and she has that soft touch, as you saw there, on a long mid-range jumper. A near turnover and a 3-point field goal is no good. That attempt was by Maria Albiero, and now Jacobson brings it up for UVU. Substitution coming for the Cougars is number 3, Shaylee Salmon. Josie Williams down low, blocked by Hampson. Chase pushing it with a crossover down the lane. Gonzalez, an open wing 3 is no good. Grange with the rebound, and Jacobson will set up the offense for the Wolverines. Cougars shooting only 27% from the field to start this one. They do lead by 1. And a foul way beyond the basket by Maria Albiero. Substitutions for the Wolverines. Alexis Cortez is into the game, along with number 33, Vai Malufau. For the Cougars, we'll see number 33, Jasmine Moody, in for Sarah Hampson. Carvalho is back in as well for Utah Valley. Grange on the wing. Cortez comes in motion. Back to Carvalho, top of the key. Under 3 here in the first quarter. Cortez on the wing. Made her first 3-point basket of the quarter. Back to Brassless. 10 on the shot clock. Now it's Carvalho. Great defense from BYU. Can the Wolverines get a good look? Crossover by Carvalho. Cortez has the wing 3. It's off the rim. No good. Rebound to Moody. Brenna Chase brings it up for the Cougars. Near the foul line. Now it's out to Albiero. Cross court to Gonzalez, an open 3-pointer. That one will go for the freshman, Shaylee Gonzalez. 7 points for the freshman. She leads all scorers here in the first quarter. BYU by 4. Brassless still dribbling. Defended by Moody, backing down, a mid-range floater off the back rim, no good. They get to Gonzalez, pushing the pace, doesn't have the numbers, kicks it out to Chase. Back to Gonzalez on the corner. We're seeing some fantastic ball movement from the Cougars. Oh, what a pass! Maria Albiero down to Salmon, and it's the biggest lead of the first quarter for BYU. Wolverines have not scored in the last 2 minutes and counting. Jacobson, a couple screens from Brassless. And another steal, Brenna Chase. No one ahead of her. Can Brassless get there to defend? No. Chase lays it up, and a timeout from Coach Nixon. Cougars open up their largest lead at 8, and they're on a 7-0 run in the last minute. It's all BYU here in the first quarter. We'll take a break on the WAC Digital Network.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
No, I'm fine, thanks.
it's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great.
Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests.
From award-winning business
And STEM to performing arts programs, there's a place for you. A place for you.
A place for you at UVU.
A place to engage, to rise,
To succeed.
to become.
Breaking development here in Orem, Utah, as Brenna Chase was streaking down the floor for the layup. Maria Carvalho was on the floor on the other end. It looks like she has an ankle injury. She was not able to get off the floor on her own power. Hopefully she's okay, but early signs are not good for the freshman point guard for Maria Carvalho. And so Sophia Jacobson has checked back in for Utah Valley. She'll be playing a larger role along with Kiana De Los Santos if Carvalho is unable to return. Full court press coming from the Cougars. Here comes the trap. Gonzalez gets it to Brazlis, and the Wolverines do break the full court trapping press. Wolverines have not scored in nearly 2.5 minutes as it's a 7-0 BYU run. Ball will stay with Utah Valley. 17 on the shot clock. Cortez set to inbound. She gets it to Brazlis. Baseline, pass to Grange. A baseline three is no good. Rebound by Salmon. And here comes Shaylee Gonzalez for BYU. Wolverines have missed their last 4 field goal attempts. Down low, it's Salmon on the baseline. A jumper goes for Shaylee Salmon. And it's a 9-0 run for BYU. Earlier in the quarter, the Cougars were shooting in the 20s. They're 4 of their last 4 from the field, and their shooting percentage is now up to 47%. Jacobson in the lane to Brazlis. A rare corner three, but nothing but net. Eve Brazlis. Her second three-point field goal attempt of the year is good, and a much-needed bucket for the Wolverines late here in the first. Chase on the wing. Gonzalez top of the key. Wolverines back to that 3 down low, 2 up top zone. A turnover by the Cougars will give the Wolverines the last shot with 5.5 seconds here in the first quarter. Josie Williams will check in for Utah Valley. Plenty of time to get a good look, and a made field goal here would certainly ease the pain of that 9-0 BYU run late in the first quarter. Jacobson pushing the pace. 3, 2, 1. A turnover by Jacobson on a miscommunication between Cortez and her. Not enough time for BYU to get a shot off, and so they'll just have to inbound as the first quarter expires. BYU finishing the quarter on a 9-3 run, but a big three-point bucket by Brazlis keeps this within single digits. BYU leads by 7 at the end of 1. We'll take a break here on the WAC Digital Network.
The road to national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
You ready to go? Let's have some fun.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Cougars lead 18-11 here in Orem, Utah in the first quarter. The scoring was in favor of Shaylee Gonzalez for BYU. She was 2 of 4 with 7 points. For the Wolverines, they had 3 players with 3 points apiece in Brazos, Holland, and Cortez. Remember, Jordan Holland does have the 2 fouls. We'll have to see how much he plays here in the second quarter. Thank you, everyone who's tuned in on the WAC Digital Network. We'd also like to thank you for tuning in on the KSL TV app, the Apple TV app, Roku, Fire TV, Chromecast, also YouTube and Facebook Live. Big-time broadcast here for the BYU UVU basketball matchup, and thank you, all of you, for tuning in. And we're back in action with the Wolverines on offense. Jacobson now with the basketball. Grange back to Jacobson. Looking for Cortez. 1 of 2 from the field is Cortez, a lethal 3-point shooter. They're going to need her scoring this morning. Brazos down low with the left hand. Can't get it to go, and a rebound by Hampson. Good look from Brazos, just couldn't get it to go in under the basket. Brenna Chase knifing down the lane, kicks out for a 3-pointer. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Paisley Johnson, her second 3-pointer of the game, and the Cougars back up by 10. The Wolverines average 75 points a game. Right now they're on pace for low 40s. Have to credit the BYU defense right now, and UVU's got to find a way to get some more points. Stifling BYU defense. Hard for UVU to get it inside the paint. We're going to have a foul on Maria Albiero. Her second personal foul. She'll have to take a seat. No, they're going to keep playing her. But it's a new shot clock for the Wolverines. Cortez around the screen. Mid-range jumper for Alexis Cortez. That one falls. They're going to need her scoring. Trapped by the Wolverines. Va'i Malufau set the check in for Utah Valley. A missed shot by Molly Valgardson, a freshman from Pleasant Grove, Utah. Cortez down the lane and blocked by Hampson. Several blocks from the 6'7" center. Gonzalez, nice bounce pass down low to Johnson, and a transition basket for BYU. Jacobson pushing the pace now for the Wolverines. Cortez back to Sophia Jacobson, a sophomore guard from Santa Clarita, California. Almost stolen by Albiero. Jacobson steps into the mid-range jumper, and that one falls for Jacobson. Her first field goal and points of the game. Lead back down to single digits. Cortez and Jacobson on the trap. Hampson down low. Kicks out to Gonzalez. Straightaway 3-pointer is no good. Rebound by Brazos. Wolverines doing a better job here in the second quarter of rebounding. Josie Williams down low, up and under, and gets that one to fall. Josie Williams now with 4 points. Gonzalez jogging it up for the Cougars. They're shooting 47% from the field so far. Gonzalez into the corner. Valgardson's 3-pointer is no good. Into the hands of Hampson. A nice spin move and a 180 hook shot with the left hand. Sarah Hampson, sophomore from Pleasant Grove, Utah. 4 points now for Hampson. Jacobson on the wing, down low to Grange. One dribble, under the basket to Williams. Nice kick out to Brazos. Another 3, it's blocked. Valgardson, a 6'5" forward on the block, and the Cougars go the other way for an easy layup. Albiero gets the basket, playing with 2 fouls here in the second. Cortez, an open 3-pointer. The pace is picking up. Cortez gets this one to fall. 8 points now for Alexis Cortez. 27-20. Coach Judkins of BYU is going to take a timeout. The pace was getting crazy. Back and forth, up and down. And Cortez keeping the lead within 7. Wolverines hanging around and don't go away at home.
Give your hands
BYU kickstart.
Welcome back on the campus of Utah Valley University, where BYU leads by 7. Leading the way in the scoring department for the Cougars is number 13, Paisley Johnson, with 8 points, 2 of 3 from downtown. For the Wolverines, Alexis Cortez, 8 points, also 2 of 3 from the three-point line. Right now, the big difference really is the rebounding battle. I mentioned in the pregame, the Cougars were not a good rebounding team a year ago, in which they were 16-14, and they lost in the first round of the WCC tournament. They've worked hard on that, and right now they lead the Wolverines by 6 in the rebounding department. Gonzalez, quick kick into the corner. It's Johnson for another 3. It's no good. Rebound by BYU, another one. That one is Babalu Ogu. Ball is still on the floor, and Gonzalez will pick it up and reset for the Cougars. It's Chase on the left wing. A three-pointer is no good. Rebound Cortez. Cortez will bring it up for the Wolverines. Nearly a turnover as she tried to get the ball to De Los Santos, the junior guard from Concord, California. Her role and the role of Jacobson expanded by the injury to Carvalho. Ball's poked out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Wolverines. 12 on the shot clock. Here's the replay. You see the ball poked out of De Los Santos' hands. Cortez to inbound. Near the half-court line to De Los Santos. 7 on the shot clock. Malu fouls three-pointer. In and out. Almost an offensive rebound to Harvey, but Ogu keeps it in play for BYU. Gonzalez, kick out. Chase, a three-pointer off the back iron, no good. The rebound was to Cortez, but it's poked away, and the possession will go to the Cougars. Sophia Jacobson set to check in for Emma Jones. So we've got Cortez, Jacobson, Harvey, Malufau, and De Los Santos on the floor for the Wolverines. Not a group that's seen a lot of time together, but due to injury, Coach Nixon is going to see what they can offer. Another rebound. No, a steal by Jacobson. She'll push the pace. Poked from behind, but we got a reaching foul. That'll go to Balablu Owu, a freshman from Sao Paulo, Brazil. No, they're going to give the foul. We got some confusion here in the Lockhart Arena on who the personal foul was. Public address said someone else, but no, in fact, it will go on Ogu. Her first personal foul. Another reaching foul by BYU. That's several reaching fouls on the Cougars well away from the basket. That one will go to Brenna Chase. One more foul on BYU and the Wolverines will be in the bonus. Jacobson over to De Los Santos. Was looking for Cortez and throws it out of bounds for a turnover. Substitution for the Wolverines, Eve Braslis will check back in. BYU is on a scoring drought of 2 minutes. They have not made a field goal in their last 5 attempts. Chase deep, now it's Gonzalez, high post, one dribble, a little floater, and that one will go for Shaylee Gonzalez. 9 points now for her. BYU up by 9. They've led by as many as 10. Wolverines struggling to get good looks in the half court. It's De Los Santos back to Sophia Jacobson. A lot of action behind the three-point line. Behind the back, a nice pass to Harvey. One dribble up with the left. Leah Harvey, the junior center from Bingham High School in West Jordan, Utah, her first basket. Gonzalez down low, a nice pass and a good rejection from Harvey. A nice spark off the bench for the Wolverines. Substitution now is Madison Grange, the freshman guard from Salt Lake City, Utah. Salmon on the inbound. Now it's Brenna Chase. Hesitation dribble. Another block from Harvey. Missed layup by Salmon. And Cortez is coming the other way. Cortez to Jacobson. Coach Nixon for the Wolverines calls out the play. Hampson getting ready to check in for BYU. Crossover dribble from Jacobson. Step back from the free throw line. Sophia Jacobson, the mid-range. 4 points now for her, cutting the lead to 5. A little over 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Johnson over to Chase. One dribble back to Johnson. Takes the left wing three-pointer, no good. Rebound goes to Salmon. One dribble back up with it, no good. Off the fingertips of Cortez. BYU now out-rebounding the Cougars by 11. They have 10 offensive rebounds, Wolverines with none. There's the difference right there, ladies and gentlemen. The rebounding battle in favor of BYU by a substantial amount. Three-pointer is no good by Brenna Chase. She is 0 of 4 from downtown and 1 of 6 from the field. Tough shooting game for the junior guard. Albiero, the sophomore guard for BYU, has checked in. Wolverines have made 5 of their last 7 field goals, warming up a little bit on the offensive side of things. Jacobson on the left wing. Now it's Harvey, top of the key, wants to swing it. Grange now had a look, passes on it, and they'll go back to Jacobson. 10 on the shot clock. 4 points for Jacobson, 2 of 2 from the field. Probing down the lane with the left. Jacobson. The scoring punch off the bench, filling in for the injured Maria Carvalho, who turned an ankle in the first quarter. Much needed boost for the Wolverines. They've cut the lead to 3. It was as many as 10 a moment ago. A BYU turnover as Paisley Johnson was trying to go down low to Shaylee Salmon. Now the Wolverines can potentially tie the game with a 3-point make. Jacobson to Cortez. She has 2 3-pointers in the first half for the Wolverines. Brazos now. Back to Jacobson. Hot hand is Jacobson. 6 points in the quarter. Down low to Brazos. Kicks it out to Cortez. The corner 3. No good. Rebound to Maria Albiero, and the Cougars coming the other way. It's Gonzalez in the right corner. Nothing but the bottom of the net. The freshman who leads the Cougars in scoring with 12 points. Close to her season average of 16 in the first half. Brazos, top of the key. We're going to have an off-ball foul. Who's this one on? They're going to give it to number 13, Paisley Johnson. That's her second personal foul. Brazos in the corner, out to Cortez. Under 90 seconds to go in the first half. Brazos, hard dribble. Now it's Harvey, the mid-range elbow jumper. No good. Rebound, Albiero. 24-12 is the rebounding advantage for BYU. The corner 3 is no good. Another offensive rebound. That's 11 in the first half. Down low to Moody and 1. Jasmine Moody gets the basket and a trip to the free throw line. Here's the replay. Nice pass from Gonzalez down low. Draws the foul on Harvey. And the Cougars back up 8. Little 5-0 run here after the Wolverines cut it to 3. Moody for the year from the free throw line. 50% gets that one to go. Maybe a 2-for-1 opportunity for the Wolverines here if they get a quality field goal look in the next 15 seconds. Jacobson to Grange. Williams now top of the key. 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Jacobson, hesitation. Had Hampson. Back to Cortez. Looks like that 2-for-1 opportunity is going to come and go. But it is Cortez who draws the foul. Shaylee Gonzalez with her first personal foul, and Cortez will go to the free throw line. Cortez, a 50% free throw shooter, only her 5th attempt of the year coming up. First one is good for Cortez. 9 points, 3 of 6 shooting, 2 of 4 from downtown, and 3 rebounds. Another free throw on the way for Alexis Cortez, looking for double figures. Gets it to go. Gonzalez has it now for BYU. Wolverines in a half-court trap. It's Chase in the corner, opts to go baseline, passes it out to Gonzalez. A 3 for Shaylee. Another one for Shaylee Gonzalez. 3 of 5 from downtown. 15 points for the freshman from Gilbert, Arizona. Lead is back to 10, and a steal by Brenna Chase. 4 on the clock. Albiero's going to have to push it 2-1. Gonzalez at the buzzer. Oh, my goodness. Shaylee Gonzalez red hot in the second quarter. 17 points, 10 of those coming in the second. And BYU goes on a big run, making 3 of their last 3 field goals to go up by 12. We're going to take a break here on the WAC Digital Network. We'll do some stats, and then we'll have some recap before the third quarter. Be back in a moment.
Make some noise! Let's do this.
Late. Showtime, come on.
Creative, the world needs an answer. Give us the answer. Creativity is the answer. Never play on repeat. Put your own spin on things. Let a new wave begin.
All right, come on, let's go.
2 seconds.
Creators run the show. We want the answer. From the cage to the stage. Rise up from the streets to the pros.
So much.
Creativity is the answer to a world divided. Tear down those walls. Make worlds unite. Flip the script. Rewrite the rules. Creativity is the answer. Now over to you.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
It doesn't matter your situation in life.
No matter your interest.
Whether your first choice or second chance.
There's a place for you.
Place for you.
Place for you at UVU.
Place to engage,
To rise.
to succeed.
To become.
Looking to spend that birthday money, Tyler? I'm just not sure which one to get. Well, they are both pretty cool. But Saving some of that money would be pretty cool, too. Yep.
When's the right age to teach your children how to save and spend money wisely? Right now, with the Be Money Smart program only at Utah Community Credit Union. Inspiring smart decisions.
To national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go? South Park.
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
Answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
Dear James, when you were born, I nicknamed you Lucky. But luck has nothing to do with it. You've created your own path. The hours in our driveway paved the way to state championships.
So James Harden, how does it feel to be MVP?
You don't feel great, though. In the desert, you grew your game, and you shattered expectations. It wasn't long until you suited up for draft day.
James Harden.
Looking back now, you've always been creative. Doing it your way, on your terms. You were dreaming big then, but when you left me that note, keep this paper, I'ma be a star. You were already my brightest star.
MVP, baby! Step back three, James Harden!
And now, you're showing everyone else.
Oh! Let me tell you something, Mean Gene. I'm gonna go out.
BYU leads it 40-28 here in the Lockhart Arena. There's about 9 minutes to go before the third quarter begins. We'll take a look at some stats and recap a few interesting storylines from the first half. The Wolverines had cut the lead to 29-26 with 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go. And then BYU, behind their freshman sensation, Shaylee Gonzalez, went on a hot 11-2 run to close out the second quarter. Gonzalez has 17 points to lead all scorers. She had the buzzer-beating bucket. And BYU extended their lead, which was 3 with just a few minutes to go, all the way out to 12, which is their largest of the game. BYU finished the second quarter making 3 of their last 3 baskets. And really, when you look at the stats, ladies and gentlemen, the rebounding advantage right now is in favor of BYU. And that might be putting it mildly, as BYU is out-rebounding the Wolverines 25-12. And where it really jumps off the page is 11 offensive rebounds. No offensive rebounds for the Wolverines. I mean, UVU is shooting 46% from the field. They've made 3 long-distance buckets. They're 3 of 8. They're 75% from the free throw line. Offensively, the shooting is there. But when you're out-rebounded by 13 in the first half, that is difficult to overcome. With that being said, it's only a 12-point lead. BYU is led by 10 on several occasions in the first half, and UVU would trim that all the way down to 3, so this Wolverine team more than capable of making a run. Lots of basketball left to be played. You have to wonder, is the injury to Maria Carvalho, is that going to be too much to overcome? We'll find out. So far, though, Sophia Jacobson and Kiana De Los Santos more than capable. Jacobson with 6 points, 3 of 3 from the field. Had a beautiful step-back mid-range jumper in that second quarter. So Jacobson is a capable scorer and more than capable of running the offense in the absence of Carvalho if she can't return from an injury sustained in the first quarter. And also for the Wolverines, it's going to be nice to see Jordan Holland back on the floor. She picked up those 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. Has not seen any action since then, so Coach Nixon opting to save those fouls for the second half. She had the first 3 points for the Wolverines, nothing since, so it'll be nice to see Jordan Holland back on the floor for the Wolverines. They're going to need her as they trail by 12. So we're going to take another break here on the WAC Digital Network. We'll be back with the third quarter in a moment. Don't go away, and thanks for tuning in to WAC Basketball. I'm Matthew Biamonte here on the WAC Digital Network. Back, sorry for the technical difficulties. We still have a loss of video. We're working on that. As I mentioned in the pregame, we have a lot of elementary school kids here. It's a little promotion that Utah Valley loves to do. Things got a bit out of hand in the halftime, and because of that, we are experiencing some difficulties. Working on it. In the meantime, we're about 2 minutes into the third quarter where BYU leads 42-30. They have the ball. It's Shaylee Johnson, a left corner three. That one is no good. And another offensive rebound by Salmon. One dribble back up and good. Salmon now with 6 points, and the BYU rebounding advantage is up to plus 17. I don't want to say impossible, but very difficult to win a game when being out-rebounded by such a margin. Jordan Holland into action with the foul trouble. Reverse layup, no good. Now BYU coming the other way. It's Aldridge, right wing three. They're going to swing it into the left corner. It's Johnson. Back out to Brenna Chase, left wing, back into the corner. Down low, left low block. Passes out to right wing Aldridge, right corner now. Shaylee Johnson, one dribble. Top of the key, Brenna Chase. 10 on the shot clock. Aldridge, right elbow jumper is good for Caitlin Aldridge. Her first basket of the game, and the Cougars have their game-high lead at 16 with 7 minutes left here in the third quarter. Cortez with the basketball now, top of the key, dribbling. Crossover, right to left. Stops the dribble. Holland driving down the right side of the lane. Draws the foul, misses the layup, but Holland will go to the free throw line. She's only played 6 minutes today against BYU. And now Jordan Holland is on the free throw line. She'll be shooting her third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. 3 points for Holland. Make it 4. Substitution now is Madison Grange for the Wolverines. Holland will shoot another free throw. She has 4 points. She makes both free throws, and it's 46-32. A little under 7 minutes to go here in the third. Josie Williams set to check in for the Wolverines. Looks like we have video back, so thanks to our producer Juan, I think our technical difficulties are in the past. Johnson to Gonzalez. Nice skip pass down low to Salmon, and she draws the foul. Shaylee Salmon will go to the free throw line. She is a 63% free throw shooter, averaging nearly 9 points a game for the Cougars at that forward position. A junior from New Zealand, Wellington Girls College. First free throw for Salmon is good. Salmon now with 7 points, 7 rebounds. Alexis Cortez will take a breather for the Wolverines as Josie Williams has entered. 15 offensive rebounds for BYU, none. Another offensive rebound, make that 16-0 in favor of BYU. Chase down the middle, a steal by Holland. She'll push the pace for the Wolverines. Still dribbling, almost turns it over. Deflection into the hands of Josie Williams. Jacobson now gets the ball. Started at point guard here in the second half with Carvalho hurt. She will not return against BYU. Jacobson to Eve Braslis. Down low to Josie. One dribble into the key. Up with the right. No good. Rebound to Shaylee Salmon. Gonzalez pushing it. 19 points for Gonzalez. A corner three. No good by Brenna Chase. 0 for 6 now is Chase for the BYU Cougars. Jacobson now to Braslis. Left corner. It's Holland driving baseline and draws the foul. The aggressive Jordan Holland is getting rewarded with trips to the free throw line. Here's the replay. Holland goes baseline. Salmon comes over. Those are tough calls. 50-50 block charge situations, but it goes in favor of Utah Valley. Holland makes the first free throw. She's a 77% free throw shooter. 4 of 5 against BYU today. One more coming for Jordan Holland. She was certainly missed in the first half with foul trouble. gets the second one to go, and Cortez will check back in for Josie Williams. Also in for BYU, Sarah Hampson at 6'7". Returning from a knee injury in the summer, 4 points, 4 rebounds for Hampson in 11 minutes of action. A near steal by Grange, but it's going to stay with BYU. A trap, full court defense from Utah Valley. Gonzalez breaks it into the paint. Down low to Hampson with the left hand. Hampson. Gonzalez is quite the player, and Coach Jeff Judkins had this to say about her before the season began. She's going to be a really, really good player, said Coach Judkins, and we're seeing that today. 19 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Gonzalez. UVU now with the basketball, down 15. It's Jacobson who had those 6 points in the second quarter. Crossover dribble at the free throw line. A pull up for Jacobson, a little long. No good, and a rebound to Brenna Chase. Chase with a crossover down the lane. A pass to Gonzalez. A reverse layup, no good. At Brazlis and Johnson battle for the rebound. Gonzalez is there. A second chance for Gonzalez. And speaking of second chances, the second chances via offensive rebound is really hurting Utah Valley. 17 offensive rebounds now for BYU, 0 for the Wolverines. And the rebounding advantage is plus 19. Got to do my math right, in favor of BYU. Holland down low, does not draw the foul this time. Johnson coming the other way for BYU. Into the paint, dribbles outside. Chase doesn't want the three-pointer. Aldridge swings it to Gonzalez. One dribble and draws the foul on Eve Brazlis. She's not happy with the call. But nevertheless, Shaylee Gonzalez will go to the free throw line. But we're going to have a timeout before that, as BYU with a game-high lead of 17. Can the Wolverines respond? We'll see in a moment.
To national championships runs through NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app. And whether you follow one college team or all of them, it's never been easier to get the content you want all in one place. With live broadcasts of multiple championships across all divisions. With exclusive access.
Ready to go?
And highlights for every single championship. Stay in the game all season long with NCAA.com and the NCAA Sports app.
BYU leads it here in Orem, Utah, 51-34. This was a 3-point game with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter, and it's been all BYU since then. The rebounding battle, it's hard to believe when you look at it, but BYU is out-rebounding UVU 36-15, and on the offensive glass, 17-1. I don't have words to describe the advantage BYU has in that territory. Also considering going into the game, the Wolverines were averaging 41 rebounds a game, nearly 8 more than their opponents through 7 games. And right now they only have 15 total rebounds. That's the story right there. And also, a side story to the story is Shaylee Gonzalez has been absolutely brilliant for BYU. 21 points on 8 of 13 shooting, 3 of 6 from downtown, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. She's been awesome for the Cougars. Only a freshman in 25 minutes of action, and she is on the free throw line right now. For the season, Gonzalez, a 70% free throw shooter. misses both. Rebound, battle for the rebound. We're going to have a jump ball. That'll go in favor of the Wolverines. Next basket for Shaylee Gonzalez will be a new career high. Her previous high is 22. Heavy pressure here. Jacobson trying to get it past Moody. And a good story for Moody. Missed all of last year with an injury, so it's nice to see her healthy for BYU. Jordan Holland misses the shot. Albiero coming the other way for the Cougars. Paisley Johnson to Gonzalez. Down low to Moody. Up with the left and gets it to go. Jasmine Moody, the senior from Honolulu, Hawaii. Moody now with 3 points. And Gonzalez with that basket, a new career high with 23 points. She has been very efficient for BYU, and now they lead by 21. Timeout by Utah Valley. We'll take a break as well here on the WAC Digital Network.
What is it about the car shopping experience at Murdoch Hyundai that has everyone talking? Maybe it's the safety inspections or the car washes for life. It could be the price match guarantee, or maybe it's just the way you're treated. Come fall in love in Linden, Logan, and Murray at Murdoch Hyundai. Your no regrets dealer.
Welcome back to Orem, Utah, where BYU has opened a large lead of 21. This was a 3-point game late in the second quarter, but it's been all BYU since then, and the Wolverines, they're in the midst of a scoring drought right now. No points in the last 3 minutes. They only have 6 points here in the third quarter. Taking a look at the schedule for the Wolverines, this is their last of a 6-game homestand. Then they head out on the road. They'll be at Utah on December 1st. Then at SUU. BYU just lost to SUU, so that'll be a challenging game for the Wolverines at Southern Utah. Then they go to at Idaho State on December 6th, and then at Utah State on December 15th before returning home against Weber State. So a little in-state roundup for the Wolverines and a little venture outside at Idaho State. Here's a nice break, and Leos with the layup for BYU. We haven't seen her all season. She's returning from an injury, so it's nice to see her back in action. She was one of the few returning players from a season ago, one of their better scorers, and a quick steal from Leos. A large outlet pass to Holland, and she gets the layup to go. A nice 4-0 run out of the timeout from Coach Nixon. Leos goes for the steal, no good. Albiero breaks down the press, and now the Cougars will set up shop in the half court. Gonzalez back to Gonzalez. A little two-man game between Albiero and Gonzalez, and now a mid-range J, no good. Offensive rebound, Moody. That is the 18th offensive rebound for BYU. They'll go back to her, down low, no good. And Hampson pokes that one out of bounds. Wolverines now with a chance to go on a little 6-0, maybe 7-0 run here. With 2:20 left in the third, still an opportunity to maybe get it down to 12 or 10 and make it interesting going into the fourth. Leos, they break the press, 2-on-1. Leos' pass is off the backboard. It's a turnover. Now BYU pushing it the other way. Chase a crossover dribble out to Gonzalez. Corner three. No good. Rebound to Jacobson, and it sparks a fast break. Leos gets the basket and the foul. Whoa! What a spark from Gabby Leos. Welcome back. The junior guard from Rancho Cucamonga, California. What a spark she has provided here in the third quarter for the Wolverines. Lead down to 15. And an and-one opportunity for Leos. Last year, in 29 games played, Leos averaged 7 points a game. was a 31% three-point shooter. So the points and then 3 rebounds as well, greatly missed. She misses the free throw, but it's great to see her back in action for the Wolverines. Gonzalez to Albiero, back to Shaylee. BYU patient in the half court, 18 on the shot clock. Cross court pass, dangerous to Chase. Now Albiero, left elbow jumper falls for Maria Albiero. Her 4th point, and BYU up 57-40. Leos pressured by Albiero. Going baseline, she's driving, kicks it to Grange, pump fakes. Holland now, crossover back to Grange. She drives, runs into Moody, and a block by Jasmine Moody. BYU now pushing it. Into the paint, kicks it out to Chase. Her first three-pointer, no, it won't go, but Hampson with another offensive rebound. Hampson now with 8 points. BYU back up 19. Less than a minute to go. Pressure from Chase on Leos. Hand off to Grange. And we've got a bump. Coach Judkins unhappy with the call. There have been numerous calls on BYU well beyond the three-point line. That's been called all morning and afternoon long, and it's a bonus situation for Utah Valley. Shooting the free throws will be Madison Grange. Grange is 2 of 2 on the year from the free throw line. Make it 3 of 3 with that basket. Another free throw coming for Grange, and Eve Brassless will check in. First miss from the free throw line on the year for Madison Grange. Albiero into the front court. Brenna Chase back to Maria. One dribble. Takes the straight on 3, in and out. Another offensive rebound, and this one is poked away by Alexis Cortez. Eve Brassless now has entered the game for the Wolverines for Va'i Malufau. Ashley Beckstrand inbounds. It's Brenna Chase who goes up for the shot. It's poked away. Good defensive play by Leos. The ball will stay with BYU. 25 on the shot clock, 28 on the game clock. Sophia Jacobson checks in for Leos. Inbound to Albiero. 2 in the high post for BYU. Pressure on Chase. It's Beckstrand at the free throw line. Nice pass down low to Jasmine Moody. 5 points now for Moody. 10 on the game clock here in the third. BYU by 20. Jacobson with the basketball for the Wolverines. Holland in the high post. Dribbles into the paint. Up with the right. Off the rim. No good. A rebound by Albiero. The horn sounds, and that ends the third quarter with BYU extending that 12-point halftime lead out to 20. BYU on the road here in Orem, Utah, led by their freshman, Shaylee Gonzalez. They're 1 quarter away from beating Utah Valley. We'll take a break here on the WAC Digital Network. We're back and live on the WAC Digital Network. I'm Matthew Biamonte. Thanks for tuning in. Whether it's YouTube, Facebook Live, WAC Digital Network, Apple TV, Roku, you name it, we appreciate your time and attention. BYU up 20. They suffered a tough defeat in southern Utah recently as they lost 67-64 on the road on November 27th. But they have rebounded nicely here on the road behind their freshman Shaylee Gonzalez. 24 points, a new career high for her. Not sure if we're going to see her for the remainder of this game. For Utah Valley, there's been some nice performances. Jacobson, 6 points off the bench. Cortez with 10. Holland has played well since returning from foul trouble, but the rebounding has been too much to overcome so far through 3 quarters. And there was another offensive rebound right there. But a turnover by BYU gives possession to Utah Valley. Brassless will inbound. 5 points for Eve. She has the ball now in the high post. Drives left, flips it up with the left, off the window with the left. Eve Brassless now with 7 points, the freshman. This Wolverine team, they are young, but there are a lot of talented freshmen. We're seeing many of them in action tonight. Brassless is one of them. Grange is another freshman on the floor right now for the Wolverines. Utah Valley back into the zone. They had success with it in the first half. But a beautiful entry pass and finish down low to Ogu, the freshman from Brazil. Ogu with her first basket of the game. Lead back to 20. Jacobson going around the screen from Brassless. She has the look from the wing, dribbling down low. A steal from behind. Ogu. Can she go the distance? And yes, she can with the right hand finish. Nice play there from the forward out of Brazil for the Cougars. 22 is the lead. Jacobson splits the defense, flips it up with the left. A little strong. Battle for the rebound goes to BYU. And Maria Albiero jogs it up into the front court. Substitution for Brigham Young at the next break will be number 15, Molly Valgardson. 6'5" freshman forward from Pleasant Grove, Utah. A nice pass and finish to Ogu, courtesy of Brenna Chase. And the lead now is 24. We will see Shaylee Gonzalez again. She has walked over to the scores table. Granger hands it off to Cortez at the elbow. Step back J is no good. Rebound to Shaylee Salmon. Chase in the wing. Flips it over to Albiero, and the three-pointer is blocked. Cortez is streaking, calls for the ball, gets it. One dribble, and no good on the layup. Rebound now, Brenna Chase coming the other way. Breaks down the defense. They have numbers, 3-on-2, up and under. Draws the foul, does not get the layup to go, but Brenna Chase, the junior guard from Thornton, Colorado, will go to the free throw line. Chase is an 80% free throw shooter. 8 of 10 on the year, has not attempted a free throw today. Her first trip to the free throw line. Nothing but nets on the first one. We're going to see Valgardson. And we're going to see a new Cougar, number 10, Abby Mangum, a freshman from Eagle, Idaho. Yes, that is the sister of Tanner Mangum, BYU quarterback. And there we see Shaylee Gonzalez, another freshman for BYU, back into action. 24 points through 3 quarters for the freshman from Gilbert, Arizona. Wolverines with the ball now. It's Jacobson to De Los Santos on the right wing. Malu foul, top of the key. Wanted to get it to Jacobson, but the pass from Malu foul is out of bounds. It's a turnover for the Wolverines. BYU on a 6-0 run, make it 8-0 run. Gonzalez around the Valgardson screen. Now it's into the corner to Beckstrand. They've swung it back to Gonzalez. Abby Mangum, the three-pointer, is no good. Rebound De Los Santos coming the other way. Jacobson handoff dribble to Holland. Tries to get around Ogu and draws a foul. Second personal foul for Ogu. Here's the replay. You'll see the handoff dribble to Holland. And BYU A lot of calls on the perimeter, courtesy of the reach. And one more foul will put Utah Valley in the bonus. Jacobson to inbound. Running out of time. Barely gets it into Jordan Holland in the front court. Holland now back to Jacobson. 25 on the shot clock, setting up the offense. Calls the play is Jacobson. Now it's De Los Santos on the right side. Back to Jacobson. Couple dribbles. Holland. De Los Santos in the corner. Back to Holland. BYU defense on the perimeter has been stifling all afternoon. Utah Valley's only attempted 10 3-pointers. They've only made 3. And there's a turnover forced by BYU. On the other side of things, BYU, they're not shooting the ball well from 3. They're 5 of 27, but they have taken 17 more 3-point attempts than Utah Valley. There was a bucket by BYU, and they lead by 28. A sub coming for the Cougars will be number 32, Signe Glantz at the next break. Jacobson, couple dribbles, now De Los Santos in the corner. A runner from De Los Santos, no good. Flying in for the rebound is Ogu. Babalu Ogu with a big rebound for the Cougars. BYU out-rebounding Utah Valley by 28. 48-20. That is a substantial number. Coming into this game, the Wolverines were out-rebounding their opponents 41-34. And they are getting out-rebounded by nearly 30 here at home against BYU. And it's been the offensive rebounds that's been the problem. BYU with 20 offensive rebounds, only 2 for the Wolverines, so a bevy of second chances for the BYU has allowed them to open up this 28-point lead. They're on a 10-0 run over the last 4 minutes. Beckstrand into the lane and now kicks it out to Gonzalez. Back to Beckstrand, right wing. Now Valgaardson, middle of the key. A quick pull-up jumper is no good for Valgaardson. Goes out of bounds, and now UVU will have possession. Good news for the Wolverines. This will only be their second loss. They'll be 4-2 on the year, so 6-2 at home. Now it's off to the road for the Wolverines, and we'll have to see if this young team can get some wins, maybe at Utah, maybe at Southern Utah or Utah State before they come home to Weber State. But even though this is looking like a big loss against BYU, I still think this was a successful homestand for the Wolverines, going 4-2. So many new pieces. We're finally seeing Gabby Leos being reincorporated into the lineup with the Wolverines coming off that injury. This team's young. There's a lot to learn, but the prospects are excellent if you're a Wolverine basketball fan, especially as they get ready for conference play. Leos to Braslis on the left wing. Down low to Holland. One dribble. Kicks it out. Leos has the right wing 3. It's short, no good. Rebound Grange, and Grange is fouled by Valgaardson. Madison Grange back to the free throw line. She is 1 of 2 today with 1 point. And a chance for the Wolverines to end the scoring run of BYU, which is 10-0 in the last 5 minutes. We'll see if Grange makes those free throws after the break here on the WAC Digital Network.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes. It doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent.
Glad you're okay, Sarah. We'll take care of everything.
And the company that stands behind them.
Thanks so much for your help.
No problem.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Neil Dastrup Insurance, your local independent auto owners insurance agency, supports UVU athletics.
You only need to answer one question. Will you accept the challenge to become? No matter where you are in life, no matter your interests, from award-winning accounting to marketing and entrepreneurship programs, there's a place for you at Utah Valley University. A place to engage, to rise, to succeed, to become.
We're back with 4:47 here in Orem, Utah, where BYU leads it 71-43. Just looking at some statistics as Madison Grange is on the free throw line. Utah Valley, we've spoke ad nauseum about the rebounding, so no need to go there again. But if you look at the shooting, specifically in the second half for the Wolverines, in the first half, they made 11 of 24 field goals. Here in the second half from the field, Utah Valley is 4 of 19. They've only made 4 baskets in the second half. They're shooting 21%, and they're 0 of 3 from downtown. In the first half, they were 46% from the field. So rebounding aside, the shooting hasn't been there for the Wolverines. 21% is tough, and couple that with the rebounding disparity, that's how you get a 27-point lead by BYU. And we've got to credit BYU. Defensively, they've been very good. They've only allowed 11 three-point attempts. Utah Valley's averaging nearly 5 makes a game. They've only made 3 here against BYU. Brasless spins around Valgaardson, but they're going to call her for a travel, and it's a turnover. 16 turnovers now for Utah Valley. Here's the trap. Leos with the deflection. It goes into the hands of Aldridge. A nice pass to a cutting Ashley Beckstrand, and that's a bucket for BYU. Holland drives into the lane. A couple deflections. A three-pointer by Grange is short. It goes into the arms of Grange, and UVU will reset with Leos with the basketball. At the end of the second quarter, it was 29-26 with 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go. Since that point in time, BYU was on a 42-18 run. It's been all BYU since then. You can't help but wonder if it was closer going into the break, because it was only a 12-point lead at halftime, 40-28. But let's say it was 32-26. You have to wonder how things would have played out, because from UVU's perspective, they did not play without their best player, Jordan Holland, through most of the first half. And when she came back, there was a hole, and BYU has managed to extend that lead with 4 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. 27 on the shot clock. Jacobson will inbound with the 6'5" Valgaardson towering over her, but she gets it into Leos. Emma Jones will check in for Utah Valley. Leos' three is good. Gabby Leos, that has been a bright spot for the Wolverines today. 7 points from Leos in her first action of the year. Beckstrand over to Mangum. The three-pointer is in and out for Abby Mangum. We have a loose ball foul on BYU, so the possession will go to the Wolverines. This one will go on number 32, Signe Glantz. Emma Jones will check in for Gabby Leos. 7 points in 4 minutes for Leos. They're going to work her back in slowly, but nice to see her return to action. The junior guard, one of the few returning players for Utah Valley from a season ago. Remember, the Wolverines, they started 4 true freshmen in their first game of the year against Santa Barbara in a victory over the Gauchos. This is a young Wolverine team with tons of potential, and this will be a good learning experience for them. Jacobson with 6 on the shot clock at the free throw line, kicks it back out to Holland. Holland takes the three, no good. Rebound to BYU. It's Caitlin Aldridge. Beckstrand now, top of the key, into the corner to Mangum. One dribble, back out, they'll reset to Beckstrand. Less than 3 to go here in the Lockhart Arena. Aldridge, top of the key, Mangum, left wing. Jumper is good for Shaylee Gonzalez, her first bucket of the game for BYU. 75-47. Cougars are going to get that bounce-back victory after losing to SUU in the final moments a few days ago on the road down in Cedar City. Emma Jones, left wing. One of the many freshmen, promising freshmen, I may add, for the Wolverines. Jacobson around the screen, kicks it out to Grange, swings it to Holland. She's got the open three. Off the back rim, no good. And a battle for the rebound between Brazlis and Mangum. The possession arrow goes in favor of BYU. Va'i Malufau and Josie Williams will check into the game for the Wolverines. Jordan Holland will take a break, and so will Brazlis. Wolverines defensively still in that full court press. Valgardson to inbound for the Cougars. Beckstrand now back to Valgardson. There's the trap. Long pass to Aldridge, and now a cutting Beckstrand at the free throw line. No good, just rims off. Valgardson swats it into the hand of Jacobson. Less than 2 to go here in Orem, Utah. The UCCU crosstown clash will go in favor of Brigham Young this year. We have a loose ball foul on Ashley Beckstrand, her second personal foul, the freshman guard from St. George, Utah, and Sophia Jacobson is on the free throw line. First free throw was good for Jacobson, her first point since the second quarter. 7 points for Jacobson, 3 of 6 from the field. 4 rebounds, 3 assists. And another made free throw from Jacobson. Averaging 4 points a game on the year, has doubled that here today in the absence of Maria Carvalho, who went down with an injury in the quarter. Blocking foul on Va'i Malufau as Beckstrand was trying to turn the corner. Less than 90 seconds to go. BYU by 26. And Beckstrand will go to the free throw line. So free throws both ways for the remainder of this fourth quarter. It is up and good for Beckstrand. Her first free throw attempt of the year is good, and now her second is also good for the freshman. Jacobson running it into the front court for the Wolverines. Williams now top of the key. Over to Emma Jones, down low to Malufau, and we have a loose ball foul. Lots of whistles late here in the fourth quarter. This one goes on Shaylee Gonzalez, and Malufau will go to the free throw line. 4 of 6 on the year for Malufau at 67%. First one is good for Va'i Malufau from Laie, Hawaii. Sophomore transfer from Northern Arizona. Second free throw is good for Malufau. Beckstrand trying to break the press to Valgardson, and now into the hands of Caitlin Aldridge. There's a trap in the corner on Glantz. She gets out of it to Beckstrand, and Beckstrand flips it up, no good. Offensive rebound, no good. Another offensive rebound, make that 22, and Mangum's three is short. Rebound by Jacobson. She's done a nice job today rebounding from that point guard position. 5 rebounds for her. Gets a screen from Williams. Now it's Jones out to Williams. Thought about the three. Has the range. Kind of an interesting scenario there. Looked like Aldridge was going to come up with the steal, and Coach Nixon kind of grabbed the basketball. She's even saying, I touched it, it should go to BYU. The refs are discussing it. I'm going to take Coach Nixon at her word that the possession should go to BYU. Call it interference, call it what you want. Nice gesture of sportsmanship there from Coach Nixon, and BYU will have the basketball with 35 seconds to go. They lead by 26. BYU was able to hold the Wolverines to less than 20 points in each quarter. UVU with only 23 points here in the second half. They had 26 in the first. Mangum's three, in and out. Mangum is 0 of 3 from downtown. Wolverines coming the other way with 15 seconds to go. Jacobson swings it into the corner. Emma Jones wants the three. That is short, no good. Rebound to Mangum. She's going to push it the distance. Wants the layup, no good. For Abby Mangum, she could not get a bucket to go. 0 of 4 for Abby Mangum. And with 2 seconds to go, Jacobson will dribble out the clock, and the victory will go in favor of BYU by a score of 77-51. We'll take a quick break here on the WAC Digital Network. We'll be back with some post-game in just a moment.
You only need to answer one question.
Will you accept the challenge to become?
No matter where you are in life.
No matter your interests.
From award-winning music
to acting.
To theater programs.
There's a place for you.
A place for you.
A place for you at UVU. A place to engage.
To rise.
To succeed.
To become.
It's not about where you were born. It's not about your gender. Or the color of your skin. Or whether you're rich, poor, or in the middle. No matter what you play, if you have the skill and drive to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
BYU wins 77-51. Thank you for watching here on the WAC Digital Network. Quick look at the box score before we sign off. The leading scorer for both teams was freshman guard Shaylee Gonzalez for BYU, 9 of 15 from the field, 23 points, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds for the freshman. For the Wolverines, it was Alexis Cortez with 10 points on 3 of 9 shooting. Eve Braslis had 7 points. Jordan Holland, 9 points. Leah Harvey with 2. Cabby Leos in her first action of the year, 7 points. 2 points for Madison Grange, 8 points for Sophia Jacobson, and 2 points for Vai Malufau, and 4 points for Josie Williams. That rounds out the 51 points for the Wolverines. Obviously, the big storyline in this one was the rebounding, clearly in favor of BYU at 54-27. They had double the rebounds than Utah Valley, and 22 offensive rebounds, only 4 for the Wolverines. So that tells a big part of the story. And then also, BYU made twice as many field goals. BYU was 32 of 76. Utah Valley was 16 of 49. So when you have a plus 27 rebounding advantage, you get a couple extra cracks at the basket, and that's what happened for BYU. So that tells the story as BYU wins by 26. I think the last thing of note, well, a couple notes for Utah Valley. Good to see Gabby Leos back in action. Tough to see Maria Carvalho go down with an injury. She only played 6 minutes before leaving. No word on the injury, no word on the status. Wishing her all the best and a speedy recovery. This Wolverine team is certainly better with Carvalho playing for the Wolverines. So wish her the best. I've said all I need to say here as you watched it. BYU 77, Utah Valley 51. I'm Matthew Biamonte. Thanks for tuning in on the WAC Digital Network. Have a wonderful week.